Hello everybody, I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. And we are going to do a fun lesson for you guys today. And I don't know if you guys remember, but all week, do you remember what you've been learning? Do you guys remember what we've been talking about in Come Follow Me? What kind of things? Edie?
About the Stripling Warriors.
Yeah, we've been learning about the Stripling Warriors all week. So what I kind of want to do today is just kind of reiterate what we've been learning all week so that hopefully we can kind of sink it into that brain. So first I'm going to read in this book, which I love. It kind of helps us younger kiddos how to understand the scriptures a little more because it has pictures and it kind of is an easier story to read. So, Helaman and the 2,000 young stripling warriors. What I thought was really cool about what I learned this week is stripling can also be another word for young because they're young, they're stripling warriors. So that's kind of neat. I liked that little bit of knowledge I learned this week. Okay, so here we go. The people of Ammon had promised God that they would never fight again. They lived near the Nephites, and the Nephites protected them. So the people of Ammon are the anti-Nephite Lehites who buried their weapons of war. And the Nephites, they moved to the Nephites and they're being protected. When the enemies of the people of Ammon attacked the Nephites, the people of Ammon wanted to break their promise and help the Nephites fight. Helaman and the other Nephite leaders did not want the people of Ammon to break their promise to God. The young sons of the people of Ammon had not made the promise. They wanted to help the Nephites fight for freedom. 2,000 of the young men chose to defend their country. They asked Helaman to be their leader. Here's some of the pictures. These young men were valiant, brave, and strong. They were honest and trustworthy, and they kept the commandments of God. Helaman led his 2,000 young warriors into battle. He called them his sons, and they called him their father. Although the sons of Helaman had never fought, they were not afraid. Their mothers had taught them. Sit down. Their mothers had taught them to have faith in God and to know that He would help them. Helaman and his army fought several battles against the Lamanites. These young men obeyed all of Helaman's orders. They fought bravely and they helped drive the enemy away. After the battle, Helaman had found that all of his sons had been hurt, but none had been killed. It was a miracle. Helaman was very happy. He knew that these young men had been protected because of their great faith in God. So I just loved that story because it was still hard. There was still times that it was hard. They were in battle, and I can't even imagine what that would feel like. But yet, they fought, and they were righteous, and they were valiant, and because of that, they were protected. So, I want to read a poem by my mother-in-law who passed away. This is a little book that she put together for all of her primary kids when she was a primary teacher. And then, before she passed, about a year and a half ago, she put this book together for each one of our families. So she put little poems together for different chapters in the Book of Mormon and the Bible. So here's one about the Stripling Warriors. Here's the picture. Okay. 2,100 young men wanted to fight on the side of the mighty Helaman, sent by their fathers who had made a covenant never to raise sword or shield, never to enter the battlefield. Sons who were valiant, courageous, doing all with exactness. Of their preservations they did not doubt. We think more of our fathers' liberty than life, they did shout. Our mothers taught us what was true. Keeping God's commandments will see us through. They fought mighty. They were courageous and bold. All their lives were spared, we're told. The armies of Nephites were astonished at God, at what God had done. Helaman loved them so, he called them his son. Exactness with honor were their deeds. We would do well to follow their creed. Alma 53. So that's just a nice little poem to kind of re-sink in what we read about the armies of Helaman. Okay, she's gonna have to wait, sorry. So now what we are gonna do, we are going to, which we already did this as a family this week, so hopefully you guys haven't done this, but we are going to, well first we're actually gonna do this. So, ways I can be like the Stripling warriors. Okay, Sophie, I'm gonna have you read this and to this one, and then Evie, you will read this one. So this, they are gonna read all different ways that we personally could be like the Stripling warriors. I'll have you read 1, 2. So leave these last two for the two youngers. Okay, Evie, go ahead and read some of these.
Valiant, strong, true seeker, have courage, seek the scriptures.
Search the scriptures.
Fight for
Covenants.
covenants, forgiving, brave example, kind light.
Okay, Evie, or Lacey, honor thy father and mother.
Honor my father and mother.
Trace, spiritual leader.
Spiritual leader.
Okay, so these are all just some of the ways that we can be like the Stripling warriors. So now what I want you guys to do at home, and what you will need paper and pencils or crayons or markers or whatever for, is I want you guys to think about this. When I am blank, I am like a Stripling warrior. So what we did as a family is we went through and we said, how is Evie like a Stripling warrior? Or Lacey, how is Evie like a Stripling warrior? And we did that for each one of our family, and it was kind of cool because they each got to talk about each other and say things like for instance, my daughter Tally, she's really, really good at reading her scriptures and writing in her journal. And that's a way that she could be like a Stripling warrior because she's searching for truth all the time. So that's what we did. So you can either write this on a piece of paper and fill it in for yourself, or you can also write it for your mom or your dad or your brother or sister, and then you can give it to them. So I'm gonna hold this nice and close so you guys can copy this, and then I'm gonna put it on pause, and you guys will do this, and then we'll come back and my kiddos and Sophie will share what they did. So when I am blank, I am like a Stripling warrior.